So this is a further development of my Gray Day Monday demo. I'm cooling down those light parts of the sky. I'm making them less yellow. I'm getting rid of some of the paint over there. So the sky is lighter than anything on the ground. That's kind of a rule for Gray Day. You can see on the left how light the sky is in relationship to everything on the ground. And the sky is a little bit cooler. There's a lot of intense saturated color in a gray day, like those reeds in the mid ground. I'm just softening some of those edges. So now I'm coming in with some local green color, the light part of. So there's still light, dark shadows, even on a gray day, but they're not so obvious. But there still is. And the light planes are usually cooler than the shadow notes. Slightly cooler, but not like orange reds, but just slightly cooler. Because the light on a gray day is very cool compared to a sunny. And I'm filling in some of the little white spaces. But I'm still seeing the whole bank of trees back there as a big shape compared to the mid-ground reeds. So right now there's aerial perspective. I've got to paint the difference between the foreground, mid-ground, background. There is a little bit of a hill back there that's in the distance, so it's cooler. So this demonstration probably took me about 45 minutes. What I say is 35 years and 45 minutes. It's the time painting on location from life that allows me to do these demonstrations so quickly. And I'm rapidly relating one color note to another. And the first lay-in doesn't have to be perfect. You know, I can always come in and correct it, but I want to get things laid in. So now I'm creating some, like there's a little bit of a shadow. Those reeds are standing up, so I have a little bit of a shadow, then I have a light plane on the top. So I create some form, and then it gets lighter right there. I also realized at the end that the sky was half, I halved my canvas in half. The sky was half compared to the ground, so I took about a half of the sky and I cut it down. You'll see on the finish that I posted on the first page of this demonstration. So this is a little bit warmer, so there's coming forward from some of the reeds in the back. So I'm continue working, filling in the white spaces. I think I take that out. Yeah, it was too much. So I can scrape and then come back in with paint on top of that. So now I'm using another brush that I can come in with to paint the reeds. This is a rigger. So I use riggers, I use fan brushes, I use different brushes for different effects in trying to get these reeds in the foreground. I use a palette knife, whatever I need to use to get the effect that I'm looking for. I like variety in a painting, so here's a fan brush. So if you're using different brushes, applying paint differently, like I'll load a brush and I'll put paint down, or I'll dab. So anyway, that adds variety to a painting. Variety of shape, variety of brushwork, variety of texture, variety of color. Those are all, I think, important things in a painting to make it more interesting. So I'm not really copying what I'm seeing. I'm using the landscape and redesigning if I need to. So I'm coming in with some shadow notes on those reeds. Yeah, when I put that down, it was too dark, too warm, so I cooled it down, and now I'm going to scrape it because it was coming forward. When I'm painting, it's like playing a musical instrument. I'm really not thinking anymore. I'm just playing my instrument. And whatever I feel at the time, whatever brush I need, whatever stroke I need, I'll kind of do. But you get into the zone. Even doing demos, I kind of get into my own zone. And I think it is equivalent to playing a musical instrument. After you've done the work, you've learned music theory, you've practiced, then you just play without really, like people say, well, how'd you do that? Or what color did you use? It's almost like you could tell me, because I'm no longer thinking color. I have my piano keyboard, which is my palette, and I just know where to go, how to get a certain color. And it's just because I've done this for so many years, it becomes second nature. And hopefully I keep improving as a painter. So like I said, I thought half sky, half ground, so I cut off half of the sky in the final. And I'm kind of softening those edges in the background. making that a little bit darker, the shadow note of the clouds up there. Because the clouds also have form. They have top, sides. Now I'm softening those edges. Now I'll get to a certain point on location, then I'll bring it to the studio and maybe change some things if I think it needs something. But I'm getting almost to the end here. I know I'm going to put some trees on the left because I thought it needed some higher trees on the left.